Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to American Legion Baseball here at Patriot Field, home of Wheeling Post 1. It's Wheeling Post 1 in a split doubleheader this afternoon, taking on Charleston. Post 65 here in Game 1. I'm Coach Dell, along with Job on the controls, and Coach Steve Myers up here in the box keeping the scoreboard. We're just underway. Rylan Robb out on the mound. Our first batter of the afternoon on an absolute gorgeous afternoon. Yeah, a little bit muggy, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as it's going to be tomorrow. But just underway. Leadoff batter Barrett Van Camp for Charleston, post 65. 1 ball, 2 strike count. We'll set the starting lineups here after Van Camp gets his at-bat in. Rylan Robb, the Wheeling Park graduate, headed to Shepherd University, taking a hill here in Game 1. The 1-2 pitch to Van Camp, grounded down to third base. Easy play over there for Ethan Clark. Retire the first out. Let's set post 1 defensively around the outfield. In left field, Zaid Billings. In center field, Chris Upton. And over in right field, Donovan Jones. Around the infield, third baseman Ethan Clark, who just made first put out of the game. Shortstop Jackson Murray. Seth Cover at second, and over at first base, Rocco D. John Domenico. The battery for post 1. And there's another ground ball right to Ethan Clark, and he'll handle it for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here for Rylan Robb here in the top of the first. That'll bring up the shortstop, number 4, Evan Wilson, and completing the starting lineup. Doing the catching as usual back there, Lindsley player Jack Selman, and out on the mound, Rylan Robb. 2 down here in the top of the first. 2 ground balls to Ethan Clark, easily handled over to first base. First pitch in there to Evan Wilson. Wilson, a player at Marietta College. Big kid, 6'3", 185, good looking, fills out that uniform. He's got to play ball at Marietta this past season. Had a win, a loss, and a save on the mound, and also played some infield for Marietta, the Pioneers. Good-looking kid. Went to Capital High School, then on to Marietta. Robb with the 1-1 pitch, low and away, 2 balls, 1 strike. His father played college baseball with Coach Myers at West Liberty. Come up to visit here in the press box along with his wife. 2-1 pitch. Wilson swing and a miss. Robb with a fastball. Good pitch. Tough one to handle there. Wilson, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jimmy Payne calling the balls and strikes. And Paul Kearns out on the bases. 2-2 look. The pitch. Curveball. Low and away. Gets between the legs of Selman, goes to the backstop. Full count here on Wilson. 2 outs. No score here in the top of the first. Post 65 coming in with a record of 4-6. A little short-handed today. They're saying they only brought 10 guys this afternoon. Several of their starters either on vacation or some other reason they're not here. So Robb with a fastball strikes out the college freshman Wilson. So the post 65 goes 1, 2, 3 here in the top of the first. We'll head to the bottom of the first, and we are scoreless.
Looking for a hometown insurance agency you can trust? Since 1999, Bernie Glenn Insurance and Financial Services has been protecting families and businesses in the northern panhandle of West Virginia and eastern Ohio. We're independent, giving you choice from top-rated national and regional carriers. And guided by a concierge-level experience, our energetic, honest, and determined team puts customers first every time. For home and auto to life and business insurance, we build relationships that matter. Need to pay a bill or access your policy online? It's easy with us. Protect your future with the agency you'd recommend to a friend. Call Bernie Glenn Insurance and Financial Services today at 304-277-3239 or visit BernieGlennInsurance.com. Bernie Glenn Insurance, building relationships, protecting futures.
Back here at Patriot Field on the campus of Wheeling Park High School, the home of Wheeling Post 1. We're through a half an inning. Charleston Post 65 went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first. 2 easy ground balls to third and a strikeout by Rylan Robb. We head to the bottom of the first. Let's set the batting order for Wheeling Post 1, coming in with a record of 5-5, leading off Chris Upton, the center fielder, batting second. The second baseman, Seth Cover. The shortstop, Jackson Murray, batting third. The middle three for Post 1. At first base, Rocco D. John Domenico. The catcher, Jack Selman. The DH, Harry Anderson. The bottom three in the lineup, Zaid Billings playing left field. Ethan Clark, the third baseman. And rounding out the order, batting ninth, right fielder Donovan Jones. For Post 65. For Post 65, around the outfield, left fielder Rocco Lazo, the center fielder Luke Buckner, right fielder Trey Cox. Around the infield, third baseman Devin Hatfield, the shortstop Evan Wilson, second baseman Barrett Van Camp, and the first baseman Gavin Barnett. The battery doing the catching, Carson Finicum, and out on the mound, Tristan Ciampanella. I don't know why I keep calling him Harry. I know everybody calls him Hank, too. Leading off here for Post 1 at the bottom of the first, Chris Upton takes the first pitch up high. Second pitch, curveball. Boy, his curveball bites. Down low, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Upton really developing into a really good leadoff hitter, lefty. Pitch, that's a ground ball, going to be cut off by the third baseman. Nice play. Nice play down there by the third baseman, Devin Hatfield. I don't think Wilson would have had a chance to throw the speedy Upton out if Hatfield doesn't cut that off. So we've had 3 ground balls to third base here in each half of the inning. That'll bring up second baseman number 22, Seth Cover. Cover, a big factor in the Wheeling Central State Championship run. Headed to West Liberty University to continue his baseball career. Ciampanella out on the mound. He goes to West Virginia State, so another college player here. Should be we should see some good pitching here this morning and this afternoon. Ciampanella dent behind 1-0. Second pitch up high, 2 balls, no strikes to Seth Cover. Post 1 in their gray pants, blue button-down jerseys, Wheeling Post 1 across the front. Gray hats with the navy bill. Ciampanella's 2-0, stays upstairs on a curveball, 3 balls, no strikes. Post 65 in the white pinstripe, navy pinstripe bottoms, navy tops with the red and white trim. And Cover actually skimmed off of his left shoulder, but that is ball 4 either way. And that'll bring up the hot-hitting shortstop, number 35, Jackson Murray. Murray just absolutely on a tear this year so far. Continues the hot bat. Cover on first base with the lead. Ciampanella looks in. First pitch to Murray. Up high. Ball 1. Shortstop Evan Wilson pretty shallow, about halfway up. Double play depth. Second baseman Barrett Van Camp, quite a far distance away from second base. Going to have a tough time getting there. A shot to third base. Ciampanella behind 1-0, throws over again, letting Cover know that he's aware that he's there. 1 ball, no strikes. We're in the bottom of the first, no score. Post 65 went 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Upton grounded out to third to lead off this inning, and Cover drew a 4-pitch walk. Now Jackson Murray ahead in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Ciampanella struggling here a little bit with his control. Looks like he has some decent velocity, but that pitch up high. 3 balls, no strikes. I don't think Murray will have the green light here. So that's 7 straight balls from Ciampanella. In the stretch, Cover leads off first, the pitch, and that is going to sail up high also. So Ciampanella, after getting that first out, struggling to throw strikes here. 8 straight balls. His catcher, Carson Finicum, will go out and have a little chat with him. Third baseman Devin Hatfield walks in to join the conversation. That'll bring up first baseman number 13, Rocco DeJohn Domenico. DeJohn played his high school days under Coach Myers here at Wheeling Park, headed to West Liberty, but not going to play baseball. Hanging the cleats up, unless he's playing some kind of summer ball. He'll finish up his career here this summer with post 1. Runners on first and second, bottom of the first. Ciampanella up again. 9 straight balls. Luckily, he isn't at Texas A&M. They would be on him pretty good. 9 straight balls. DeJohn, runners on first and second. And that pitch right at the knees for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jackson Murray on first. Cover out in scoring position on second after both those guys reached on 4-pitch walks. Ciampanella 1-1 on DeJohn. Curveball drops in there. Nice pitch. Nice pitch. Drops in there for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's ahead of Rocco. No score here. Bottom of the first. Sun splash, Patriot Field. Breeze blowing a little bit as usual from left to right. Ciampanella, the 1-2 pitch. And that's a ground ball, potential double play ball. On to second for 1. And on to first double play. And a 6-4-3 double play turned by post 65. So Ciampanella, after a little bit of wildness, gets out of that jam and and post 1. No runs on no hits. They leave 1. Your score after 1 complete, it's post 65 nothing, post 1 nothing.
At TechnoCap, we're not just making closures, we're shaping the future of sustainable packaging. From beverage and beauty to pharmaceuticals and household goods, our metal closures are trusted by leading brands around the world. With a global reach and a local presence right here in Glendale, West Virginia, TechnoCap combines innovation, precision, and environmental responsibility. Discover the power of performance-driven packaging. Visit technocapclosures.com, where great products begin at the top.
Wheeling's favorite neighborhood hangout is still the place to be. Wakeham's Bar is under new ownership, but it's still the same great spot locals have loved for years. Famous for their world-renowned hot dogs and cold craft brews, Wakeham's is the perfect place to unwind, catch the game, or kick back to live music with friends. Come see what's new right in the heart of Wheeling at 2181 National Road. Same soul, new energy, only at Wakeham's Bar.
Back here at Patriot Field on the campus of Wheeling Park High School, home of Wheeling Post 1. Glad to bring the Post 1 games to you this summer. Continue all summer long for all the way through the state tournament, the area in the state tournament. So we're surely glad to be bringing these games to you. We'll run down our sponsors that make it possible as we move through the game. Leading off here in the top of the second, a scoreless game. It'll be the center fielder, Luke Buckner. Buckner, a graduate of St. Albans High School, 5'10", 170-pounder, playing center field this morning. First pitch from Rob, catches the outside corner for 1 strike. Got 4-5 college players on this Charleston team. A couple of them are coming back, and then some commitments for next season. Second pitch to Buckner is up high, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rob looks in for the sign. Nobody on base. Leadoff hitter Luke Buckner. The pitch. Curveball sails wide and in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. Selman slides over and blocks it. Rolls down the third baseline. He picks it up and gets it back to Rob. 2 balls, 1 strike on a leadoff hitter, Luke Buckner, in a scoreless game here, top of the second. The pitch, the 2-1 pitch, that's going to be up and in. Almost hit Buckner. 3 balls, 1 strike. Post 1 will play the second game of a doubleheader after Charleston and Parkersburg. Post 15 play immediately after this, and then Post 1 will take on Post 15 after that game. The 3-1 from Rob, and it's down low, so leadoff walk for Buckner. That'll bring up Devin Hatfield, the third baseman. Hatfield, he'll be a senior at St. Albans High School this coming season, 5'10", 165-pounder. He's playing third base in game 1. Buckner leads off first after the leadoff walk. Rob's going to throw over. Back in easily. No score. Top of the second. Rob looks in. Hatfield the batter. The pitch. That'll catch the top of the strike zone for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Post 1 coming in with a record of 5-5. A little deceiving. They played a heck of a schedule so far. Played Shelby, North Carolina twice. Lancaster, Ohio, the Ohio State champions once. Taking care of business around here. Second pitch to Hatfield, catches the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes on Hatfield. Post 65 coming with a record of 4-6. Rob throws over once again. Buckner slides back in safely. Post 1 at double play depth. Cover and Murray in the middle. Lead off from Buckner. Rob adjusts his hands. Way up high on the 0-2 pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Devin Hatfield. People enjoying the sunshine up here on the hilltop. Going to be a lot of it over the next couple days. Going to get warm up here in this press box. The pitch from Rob. That's going to be down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Hatfield. Luke Buckner drew the leadoff walk to start the top of the second. I think we've got the assistant coach. He's filling in for the head coach of Charleston. I think his father fell ill this morning, so he couldn't make it. Rob's 2-2 pitch is low. So after getting ahead 0-2 in the count, he now runs the count full. Be interesting to see if Buckner runs here. Full count on Hatfield. Not sure what kind of contact hitter Hatfield is. Hitting fifth in the order. Probably a pretty good contact guy. See if Buckner takes off. He does not. And Hatfield swings and misses for the first out here in the top of the second inning. That'll bring up the catcher, Carson Finicum. Finicum going to be a senior at Point Pleasant. Point Pleasant High School. One out here in the top of the second. Rob with a big strikeout there. First pitch in the dirt, kicks away from Selman, and that'll let Buckner move into second base. Ball one to Carson Finicum. Finicum wasn't even on her roster. He may be a JV call-up. Hitting sixth in the lineup, though. If he's a JV call-up, must be a pretty darn good player. Hitting sixth. Rob with a runner now in scoring position after the wild pitch. Checks him, delivers home, way up and in. Ball two on Finicum. First one bounced in the dirt, got away from Selman. This one was way up and in. 2 balls, no strikes on Finicum. Post 65 will take on Parkersburg. Post 15 after this game. Had a couple of these. Rob's 2-0 pitch is up high for ball 3, 3-0. I'd imagine Finicum is taking all the way here. Buckner drew a walk to lead off the top of the second. Devin Hatfield struck out on a full count pitch. Now Finicum has gotten ahead in count, 3 balls, no strikes. Pitch from Rob stays up high, and that's a 4-pitch walk to Carson Finicum. Put runners at first and second, and that'll bring up the right fielder, number 7, Trey Cox. Cox going to be a senior at Hurricane University. They played a little bit of ball at Hurricane. State champions this past year. Cox, a 5'10", 145-pounder. Infielder, outfielder. He'll be a senior at Hurricane. He heads down to chat with Coach Buckner, assistant coach. I don't know, something wasn't right. Cox came back in and then went back down and tried to figure out what Coach Buckner was telling him. Might be having him bunt here, maybe. I'd be surprised with 1 out. Top of the second, no score. Rylan Robb catches sign, and he is going to bunt. That pitch sails wide. Rocco DeJohn Domenico charging hard from first base. Cover headed to first for the coverage. 1 ball, no strikes on Cox. Be interested to see if he bunts here again. No, he's going to swing away this time, and fastball right at the knees for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners on first and second. Buckner drew a leadoff walk. Finicum drew a 1-out walk. The 1-1 pitch from Rob. That curveball is going to stay outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. No score. Top of the second. Just underway. Job manning the controls on the live stream. You can check that out if you want on YouTube. And that 2-1 pitch in the dirt. 3 balls, 1 strike. So Rylan Robb digging himself a little hole here. 3 balls, 1 strike, and danger of loading the bases. 3 balls, 1 strike. Rocco Lazo on deck, the left fielder. See if Rob can settle in here and maybe induce a ground ball. 3 balls, 1 strike. Runners lead off first and second. Rob takes a deep breath. Checks back, delivers home. And that pitch it catches the top of the strike zone. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Trey Cox. Rob struck out Devin Hatfield on a full count to record the first out. See if you can do the same thing here. The pitch to Cox. And that's going to be a base hit to left field. Probably going to hold him up at third because that ball's hit sharply and fielded quickly by the left fielder out there, Zade Billings. So a sharp base hit through the left side for Trey Cox. And Charleston had something cooking here in the top of the second with one out, bases loaded. That'll bring up the left fielder, Rocco Lazo. But before that happens, Coach Dustin Henry will make his way out to the mound to pay a visit to Rylan Robb. I want to thank our sponsors that are making this possible to bring you these live broadcasts and live streams. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, Bernie Glenn Insurance, he's with Erie Insurance, the ATM Man, Stan Stasinski, Wakeham's Bar, Schmidt Brothers Sunoco, S&D Painting, Glampfire, Technocap Closures, T&Y Payroll Pros, Tenant Law Office, and Mail America. We'll talk about the other sponsors as we go through the game, but Coach Henry heads back to the dugout. Defenders back to their positions, and that'll bring up Rocco Lazo, the left fielder, with bases loaded. Lazo turns around to fake a bunt here. Ooh. Takes a pitch up, but Jimmy Payne calls it a strike one. Lazo, the fifth batter here in the top of the second inning. He's the left fielder. And a curveball from Robb drops right on the outside corner. So Robb quickly gets ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Lazo, a graduate of Sissonville High School. They don't have anything listed for college for him, so maybe just headed to go to school. So the 0-2 pitch coming from Robb with bases loaded. Curveball stays upstairs on Lazo. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases full here in the top of the second. 2 walks and a base hit. 1 out, no score, top of the second. The pitch from Robb, that's going to fall in right center. The curveball falls in for right center, and that's probably going to score 2. Upton cuts it off. Oh, they got a mess here. The runner came home, and then he stopped and went back to third, and they may get a double play out of this. No, he's going to stop. And an unethical double play on Charleston as the base hit went to center field. I thought it was an easy scoring 2 runs as Buckner scored easily. Hatfield came around, or Finnegan came around second, looked like he would score, or came around third from second. He looked like he was going to score easily as the ball was in right center. Upton made a good throw to the cutoff man, but Finnegan stopped halfway to home and went back. In the meantime, Trey Cox was headed to third base, and we had a mess at third. Then Finnegan turned around and headed home. We delivered home. Selman tagged him out, and then we threw to third base with the runner rounding third too far and threw behind him for the out. So a very, very unethical double play ends the inning. A big chance there for Charleston. A couple of bad base running mistakes by Charleston. But post 1 hit the cutoff man, just as you're supposed to. Upton did. The runner from second stopped halfway between third and home. And then he decided then to come home, and we threw him out at home. The runner from first rounded third too far. We threw behind him for the out. So a very unethical, uncharacteristic double play. Not even sure how to score that. 8 to 3 to 2 to 6-5. 4-5. Yeah, Coach Myers had it, 4-5. So if you're keeping score at home, which I doubt you are, it was 8-3-2, 4-5, double play. So we'll probably talk quite a bit about that one as the game goes on, because that would have been first and third with 1 out, 2 runs already in. But post 1 wiggles out of it, and that'll bring up Jack Selman to lead off the bottom of the second. First pitch from Ciampanella in there for a strike. Again, Ciampanella played his freshman college season at West Virginia State. Coach Sean Lloyd. The pitch to Dijon Domenico is fouled down the right field line, so Ciampanella comes out and gets ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Still trying to decipher that last double play. It would have been 2-0 Charleston, and runners on first and third, and the inning would have still been going. But a major base running mistake. Ciampanella, 0-2 pitch up high on Selman. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Crazy double play. Bad base running mistakes. I thought both runners were going to score easily. Ciampanella. Pitch stays upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1-0. Charleston here in the bottom of the second. Selman, the leadoff batter. The catcher for post 1. And a swing and a miss, but it goes behind a catcher. But Selman didn't realize it. Now I think the catcher's going to have plenty of time to throw it down. And it record the first out. Selman swung and missed. The ball got under Finicum's glove behind him. He didn't see it, but Selman didn't run right away. And Finicum had time to get back and get it and toss on to the first baseman, Gavin Barnett, for the first out. Nice pitch there from Ciampanella. Ball that was low and away. Selman fished for it and strike 3. That'll bring up Henry Anderson with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Anderson, the designated hitter here in Game 1. I believe he's going to take the mound in Game 2 against Parkersburg. Parkersburg, I said, coming in with a record of 8-3, so be a couple competitive games today and tomorrow. Anderson fouls that one off to the right side. Anderson, I believe he is also going to Shepherd. Is that correct, Myers? Do you know that? Yeah, I think he's headed to Shepherd also with Rylan Robb for Coach Andrew Koalo. The 0-2 pitch from Ciampanella. Fastball throws it by Anderson for out number 2. 2 straight strikeouts. Ciampanella having a very good second inning here. Got ahead both guys 0-2. Looks like he's going to be very effective if he stays ahead in the count. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the second. 1-0 post 65 leads. That'll bring up Zade Billings. Zade, a freshman at West Liberty this past spring. Having a nice start to the post 125 season. Ciampanella going from the stretch, looks in. First pitch just a bit low. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Billings. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Little breeze blowing, sure feels good. Second pitch, fastball check swing, fouled off to the right side. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ciampanella trying to cruise through a 1-2-3 inning here. 2 down. Bottom of the second, 1-0. Charleston post 65 leads post 1. Charleston post 65 literally should have at least 2 runs with the inning still going, but 2 bad base running mistakes cost them the inning and several runs. Probably going to come back to haunt them, I would think, as the game progresses on. Ciampanella, 2 balls, 1 strike on Zade Billings. The pitch. That ball's lined right at the center fielder, but it's going to be over his head. He misread that. That ball was smoked. Looked like it was going to be right at him, but he misplayed it and it went over his head all the way to the wall. Zade Billings barrels it up. Center fielder didn't get a very good read on that. Luke Buckner. Those are tough balls, those hard line drives right at you, and he absolutely thought the ball was right at him, and by the time he realized it, it was over his head and headed to the warning track and to the wall. So Billings with the 2-out double. That'll bring up third baseman number 9, Ethan Clark. Ethan played his freshman college season at West Virginia Wesleyan, the left-hander. Curveball from Ciampanello. That's a nice pitch. That is a good pitch. If he continues to control that pitch, that is a tough pitch to hit. No balls, 1 strike on Clark as that curveball dropped into the strike zone. Ciampanello, 1 ball, 1 strike. Zade Billings with a 2-out double on second. The pitch, curveball, 2-hopper to shortstop. Wilson handles it over to first base, easy play, and that'll end the bottom of the second. Post 1, no runs on a hit. They leave 1. Your score after 2 complete, it's post 65-1. Post 1, nothing.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
That was trouble. That was tough to read.
Gonna save you.
Oh, man.
Craving the great outdoors without giving up the comforts of home? Come camp with style at Glamp Life, your luxury retreat just south of Salt Fork State Park. Explore scenic trails, relax on a sandy beach, or fish in a private lake stocked with bass, bluegill, and more. Stay in lakeside A-frames, forest cabins, a retro Airstream, or roll in with your RV. With full hookups and a dump station ready. Just minutes from Cambridge and a quick drive from Columbus, Pittsburgh, or Cleveland. Glamp Life is your next unforgettable escape. Book today at glamplife.com.
Okay, back here on a beautiful afternoon at Patriot Field on the campus of Wheeling Park High School, home of Wheeling Post 1. 2 innings in the books, 1-0. Post 65 leads Post 1. The number 9 hitter will lead off here in the top of the third for Charleston Post 65, Charlie Hanks. First pitch down low. Hanks headed to Cedarville College to continue his baseball career. Graduated from Nitro, 6'2", 215-pound kid, big kid. Swing and a miss on a 1-0 pitch. I'm going to say that he probably played football for Nitro also. Big legs, big guy. Headed to Cedarville College. 1 ball, 1 strike from Rob. Nice change-up, I believe, there. Swing and a miss, way out in front. 2 balls, 1 ball, 2 strikes on the number 9 hitter, Charlie Hanks. Barrett Van Camp, the leadoff hitter on deck. Rob, the 1-2 pitch. Fastball, it's a slow roller. Here comes Ethan Clark in to field it, and he'll throw it away at first base. And Clark throws it away, so Hanks will reach first. Could not advance on the play. Clark had to come in hard on that. The ball was 2-hopper. Threw it wide of first. Dijon Domenico couldn't get to it. He would have run into the runner. Was thrown on the home plate side of first base. So runner on first with nobody out. And the top of the order, Barrett Van Camp grounded to third his first time up. The pitch from Rob. That's going to catch the outside corner for strike 1. Van Camp, Sissonville graduate. Leading off here for post 65. Curveball catches the outside corner. Van Camp didn't like the call at all there from Jimmy Payne, calling the balls and strikes. Rob ahead in count, 0-2. The pitch, the curveball in the dirt. Blocked nicely back there by Selman, not letting Charlie Hanks move up 90 feet. Jimmy Payne having a word with Van Camp. I'm not sure what that was about. I know Van Camp wasn't happy with that second strike call. Maybe gave him a bad look that Jimmy didn't like. The 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be grounded in a hole. Murray, nice pickup. The long throw, it's not going to be in time. And that infield single for Van Camp puts runners at first and second. Nice play down there by Jackson Murray. That's going to bring up first baseman, number 85, Gavin Barnett. Barnett also grounded out to third base his first time up. See if he's trying to move runners over. He'll take a fastball down the middle. Didn't square the bunt there. He's going to be a senior at Point Pleasant High School, 6 foot, 185-pounder, pitcher, first baseman. He's playing first base today. No balls, 1 strike on Barnett. Runners on first and second. This time Barnett squares the bunt. He offers at the curveball low and away. No balls, 2 strikes. Barnett chased after Rob's curveball in the dirt, trying to bunt it. Rob ahead 0-2. Curveball is going to bounce past Selman and get all the way to the backstop and let the runners move up 90 feet. So that puts 2 runners in scoring position now for post 65. Gavin Barnett a chance to add some insurance to this 1-0 post 65 lead. Runners on second and third. That number 9 hitter reached on an error by the third baseman, and then Barnett with an infield single in the hole. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball, that's driven into the alley, and that is going to catch the alley this time. I would imagine they're going to score both of them this time. That ball is cut off by the right fielder, Donovan Jones, and thrown into the infield to hold Barnett to a single, but drives in 2 runs for post 65. So that wild pitch, letting those runners move up, costs post 1 as Gavin Barnett with a big no-out 2-run single now extends post 65's lead to 3-0. Evan Wilson, the Marietta freshman, struck out his first time up. Post 65 up 3-0. Could have easily been up 4 or 5-0 by now, except for a couple of bad base running mistakes in that top of the second. But runner on first, Gavin Barnett after that 2-run single. Rob ahead 0-1. Pitch to Wilson, down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike on Evan Wilson, the 6'3", 185-pound Marietta College freshman. Rob looks in for the sign. Van Camp leads off first. The pitch. Wilson takes a cut, fouls it down third off the third base dugout. It's going to roll back into play. So left fielder Zaid Billings is going to have to come in and retrieve that ball. Give us a little stoppage in play here. Once again, Rylan Robb ahead in the count on the number 3 dangerous hitter, Evan Wilson, with a runner on first. Post 65 leading 3-0 here in the top of the third. Robb looks in. The curveball sails outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Evan Wilson. Robb throwing quite a few pitches here so far. Coach Myers has him down with 53 pitches. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Evan Wilson. The pitch from Robb. Fastball right there for strike 3. Evan Wilson probably guessing curveball there. And Rylan Robb throws a fastball by him for out number 1 here in the top of the third inning. That'll bring up Luke Buckner. Buckner drew a walk his first time up. Fastball from Robb right there. Buckner scored the only run in the second inning before that debacle on the bases by post 65. Barnett with that 2-out single leads off first with 1 out. 3-0. Post 65 leads. A pitch from Robb. Curveball. Stays low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Luke Buckner. Buckner going to go to play college baseball, but hadn't decided where. Finished up at St. Albans High School. Playing center field this morning. The pitch upstairs in his zone. Buckner fouls it off to the right side. That's going to Rylan Robb works ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Buckner with that odd stance, bat way back. Rylan Robb will throw over to first. A little bit closer this time, but Barnett gets back. Wind blowing from left to right as usual here at Patriot Field. Robb looks in for his sign. He's got it. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Ball's in the dirt, bounces way in front of the plate, kicks off of Selman's shoulder over into the first base area. That'll let Van Camp move up 90 feet, takes a double play away now, puts Barnett in scoring position. That curveball bounced way in front of the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rylan Robb trying to keep that runner out at second base. Buckner, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The pitch, that's going to be fly ball. It's going to be to right field. Donovan Jones will corral that. Runner fakes a tag, but doesn't go anywhere. So Donovan Jones records out number 2. Here in the top of the second. Barnett stands still on second base as he moved down there after a 2-out single and a wild pitch. That'll bring up Devin Hatfield, the third baseman. Struck out swinging his first time. He'll be a senior at St. Albans High School. Pitch from Robb. Down low. Selman handles this one. 1 ball, no strikes. 3-0. Post 65 leading here in the top of the third. Quiet day up here on the top of the mountain here at Patriot Field. Beautiful weather has settled in. Robb looks back, delivers home. That's going to stay down low. 2 balls, no strikes on Hatfield. Rylan Robb's sister encouraging him to work out of this inning. Strand that runner out there at second as the post 1 is down 3-0 here in the top of the third. The 2-0 pitch to Hatfield. That's going to be swung on and fouled back. 2 balls, 1 strike. Job running the commands. Job, how you feeling over there? Job just gave me a thumbs up. He's looking for something. What is it? Robb with the pitch. It's going to stay upstairs. So it's going to be 3 balls, 1 strike on Hatfield. Three balls, 1 strike, 3-0. Post 65 leading. Robb looks in. The 3-1 pitch. That's going to be down low, and Hatfield will draw the walk. That'll put runners at first and second. And that's going to bring out Coach Henry to the mound for his second trip of the morning, as Rylan Robb has now walked 3 batters but fallen behind several batters. 3 strikeouts on the day for Robb, but also 3 walks. Coach Henry having a adamant conversation here with Robb. The runners are on first and second here in the top of the third. Robb struggling a little bit here in the top of the third. His pitch count up around 64 pitches as Coach Myers, the official scoreboard keeper here, doing a whale of a job, as always. Coach Henry will head back to the dugout. That's going to bring up Carson Finicum, the catcher. Finicum, he'll be a senior at Point Pleasant, home of the Mothman. First and second. Job shakes his head. He's impressed with my knowing that. Finicum did the same thing last inning. Squared the bunt and took it down the middle for strike 1. Not real sure what the strategy is there. Maybe Coach Myers can help me with that one. I don't think he was bunting with 2 outs and runners on first and second. Robb looks in for the sign. No balls, one strike on Finnegum. Finnegum takes the curveball on the outside corner. Robb trying to get out of this inning with any further damage. 2 runs in the inning. Runners on first and second. Way ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes on Finnegum. Runner dances off second. The pitch to Finnegum way up high over his head. Barnett dancing around there at second. Wouldn't be surprised if they would put something on here. Barnett with a huge lead. He's staying put this time. Now he dances around a little bit, trying to get a little bouncer. It's Cover headed in. Nice play. Cover on the slow roller. Takes the tough hop and delivers it on to first base for the 3rd out. But Post 65 comes up with a couple of runs on a couple of hits. There was an error. Post 65 leaves 2 after 2.5. Your score here at Patriot Field, it's Charleston Post 65, Wheeling Post 1-0.
Craving the great outdoors without giving up the comforts of home? Come camp with style at Glamp Life, your luxury retreat just south of Salt Fork State Park. Explore scenic trails, relax on a sandy beach, or fish in a private lake stocked with bass, bluegill, and more. Stay in lakeside A-frames, forest cabins, a retro Airstream, or roll in with your RV with full hookups and a dump station ready. Just minutes from Cambridge and a quick drive from Columbus, Pittsburgh, or Cleveland. Glamp Life is your next unforgettable escape. Book today at glamplife.com. Need to unplug, recharge, and reconnect with what matters? Then it's time to experience Glamp Life, a luxury outdoor retreat just south of Salt Fork State Park. Nestled in the rolling hills of Ohio, Glamp Life is where modern comfort meets natural beauty. Stay in a handcrafted A-frame cabin overlooking a private lake, cozy up in a vintage Airstream, or bring your own RV. We've got full hookups and a dump station ready for you. Only 15 minutes from Cambridge and just a short drive from Columbus, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and West Virginia. Your escape is closer than you think. Spend your days hiking scenic trails, lounging on a sandy beach, or casting a line in peaceful catch-and-release waters filled with bass, catfish, bluegill, and more. Whether you're planning a team-building retreat, a family adventure, or a quiet weekend away, Glamp Life helps you experience the outdoors without sacrificing comfort. Book your getaway now at glamplife.com, where nature meets luxury and peace of mind is just a click away.
Looking for a hometown insurance agency you can trust? Since 1999, Bernie Glenn Insurance and Financial Services has been protecting families and businesses in the northern panhandle of West Virginia and eastern Ohio. We're independent, giving you choice from top-rated national and regional carriers. And guided by a concierge-level experience, our energetic, honest, and determined team puts customers first every time. For home and auto to life and business insurance, we build relationships that matter. Need to pay a bill or access your policy online? It's easy with us. Protect your future with the agency you'd recommend to a friend. Call Bernie Glenn Insurance and Financial Services today at 304-277-3239 or visit BernieGlennInsurance.com. Bernie Glenn Insurance, building relationships, protecting futures.
Back here at Patriot Field on the campus of Wheeling Park High School. I think we might have had a little technical difficulty there in the bottom of the third. Patriots strike for 5 runs on 5 hits. We'll recap that inning. Five hits that inning. We're back now to the top of the fourth. Post 1 now leading 5-3. Trey Cox leading off for Post 65. Cox single through the left side, his first time up. Rylan Robb trying to set a win now and have a nice inning after his teammate scored 5 runs for him in the bottom of the third. Fastball fouled down the left side by Trey Cox. Falls behind the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rylan Robb, the Shepherd signee, had to play with Coach Andrew Koalo. Ahead 1-2 in the count. Adjusts the ball in his glove, the pitch. And the curveball will drop in there and swing and a miss. Trey Cox goes down swinging for 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. That'll bring up left fielder Rocco Lazo. Lazo had that single in the 2nd inning that turned into that double play debacle for Charleston as they messed that up and could have easily scored 2 runs. First fastball from Robb in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike on Lazo. Robb looks in. 5-3, post 1 leading, top of the 4th, the pitch. Sails outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Lazo. Lazo, Sissonville graduate, playing left field today. The 1-1 from Robb. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Robb having a nice inning here in the top of the 4th. Like to see a quick one after your teammates get you 5 runs. Go and shut the door. Don't let them get any momentum going. Robb likes the sign. Kicks, deals. Pitch sails outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Rocco Lazo. 1 out, top of the 4th. 5-3, post 1 leading. Charleston post 65. The 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss by Lazo for out number 2. So Rylan Robb settling in. 2 straight strikeouts. That'll bring up Charlie Hanks, the designated hitter. Hanks had that slow roller to third base his first time up that Ethan Clark threw wide of the base for an error. Robb delivers right at the knees. Strike 1 on Hanks. Hanks headed to Cedarville College, 6'2", 215-pounder. The pitch from Robb, the 0-1. Fastball fouled back. Robb ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Trying to get a 1-2-3 inning. And he surely does as he strikes out to side. 1-2-3 goes post 65 in the top of the 4th. Score remains post 1-5, post 65, 3.
At TechnoCap, we're not just making closures, we're shaping the future of sustainable packaging. From beverage and beauty to pharmaceuticals and household goods, our metal closures are trusted by leading brands around the world. With a global reach and a local presence right here in Glendale, West Virginia, TechnoCap combines innovation, precision, and environmental responsibility. Discover the power of performance-driven packaging. Visit technocapclosures.com, where great products begin at the top.
Back here, Patriot Field on the campus of Wheeling Park High School. American Legion baseball on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Coach Dell on the call along with Jubb at the controls, man in the live stream. If you're watching this on live stream, go in our chat room, say hello, tell us where you're at. Tell us a little bit about your team, your son, your friend. So after a 1-2-3 inning by Ryland Robb, post one right back at it. And with that pesky leadoff hitter, Chris Upton, at the plate to start off the bottom of the fourth. 0 for 1 on the day, but drew a big walk in that 5-run. Oh, nice play by Wilson at shortstop. The Marietta freshman with a nice play up the middle on Upton. Very nice play. You could tell he's a college player. 3-hopper, tough play up the middle, behind the bag to corral it for the first out. Throw out to Speedy Upton. I'll bring up second baseman Seth Cover. Cover was hit by a pitch in the first inning and then singled in that 5-run third inning. First pitch drops in for a strike from Ciampanella. Cover looks at ball one. Up in the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. In the bottom of the fourth. 5-3, post 1 leading, post 65, post 1 fell behind 3-0 early in the game, but scored 5 in the bottom of the third to take the lead. The pitch. Cover drives that ball past the third baseman down into the left field corner. We'll see if he's going to try for 2. No, he's going to round first. Hold up at first, and Cover with his second hit of the day down that third base line. Third baseman playing way off the line. Cover took advantage of that with a shot down the third base line. So 1 out single for Cover. Puts him at first base. That'll bring up Jackson Murray. He doubled to right field his first time up. Absolute hitting machine to begin the 25 season. Just strokes it, man. Takes the first fastball up. Ball 1. If you're watching this on live stream, like I said, go into the chat room and say hello. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us anything about any of your players that we can talk about here on the live stream. Nice pitch from Ciampanella. Curveball. Catches the outside corner for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jackson Murray. 1 for 1 on the day. Double. Looks like Butter up there, his older brother, Butter Murray. Well, another nice pitch from Ciampanella. That hard curveball drops in for Strike two, so he's ahead of Murray. This is going to be a good battle here. Ciampanella, if he delivers a good pitch, want to see if Murray can handle it. This is a really good battle between two good players. And Murray, Ciampanella a little bit up with that pitch, and Murray fouled it off to the right side. I'm going to guess Ciampanella's going to try to throw one by him here after a couple of curveballs. I'm going to say he's going to try to throw one by him. Murray, that's what Murray may be looking for. Catcher sets up on the outside, and he does throw a fastball, and Cover is going to slide in easily at second base with a stolen base. Murray takes that fastball for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bless you as Jubb sneezes up here in the press box. Murray 2-2, the pitch. And that's a fast, nice block in there by Finicum. Bounced way in front of the plate. Murray now has run the count to full. Cover on second base after the 1-out single and stolen base. Murray trying to add an insurance run onto this 5-3 lead for post 1. Ciampanella looks in for the sign. The pitch. And that ball is fouled off to the right side. Murray battles. Ciampanella tried to go upstairs with a fastball. Tried to get him to fish, but Murray got his hands up there and enough on it to foul it off over the backstop. So we'll do it again. Full count. The pitch. Tried to get him to fish for that curveball, but Murray wanted no parts of it. And he draws a full count, 1-out walk. That'll put runners at first and second and bring up big Rocco DiGiandomenico. Rocco hit into a double play his first time and singled to the left side his second time up. Ciampanella finding himself in a bit of a mess again in this inning. There aren't many innings that post 1 gives a pitcher time to relax. They're always putting runners on. Good eye at the plate by Dijon. First pitch up for ball 1. Dijon heading to count, 1 ball, no strikes. Ciampanella looks in the pitch. In the dirt. Picked by Finicum. So Ciampanella, after that first pitch out in the bottom of the 4th, now has given up a single and a walk, put runners at first and second, and falls behind in the count, 2 balls, no strikes to DiGiandomenico. The pitch down the middle, fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Dijon. Post 1 trying to add to that 5-3 lead. Ciampanella trying to work out here. Cover leads off second. Murray leads off first. Bottom of the 4th. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Dijon. Ciampanella delivers way upstairs. Runs the count full. See if anybody runs here. Full count. 1 out. Dijon looking for something to drive into the outfield. And the pitch. And that's going to stay up high and load the bases. So Ciampanella finds himself in another bases-loaded jam as post 1 continues to stack up the runners on the bases. And that's going to bring up Jack Selman. Selman struck out his first time, then hit the pop-up fly ball to right field that the right fielder never saw. Dropped in. See how post 65 plays their defense. Looks like they're going to play for 2 in the middle. Corners are even or just in front of the bag. First pitch to Selman, in for a called strike. Ciampanella bases loaded, 5-3. Post 1 leading the pitch. And that's a ground ball to second, possibly a double play. On to second for one, and on to first, double play. So the second double play of the day, the second 6-4-3 double play for post 65. Post one threatens to add to the lead, but the double play ends the threat. No runs here in the bottom of the fourth. We head to the fifth. Your score remains post 1-5, post 65 3.
Looking for a place to grow your career? Mail America is expanding, and we want you on our team. We're a nationally trusted name in direct mail marketing, serving over 8,000 customers coast to coast. If you're hardworking, dependable, and ready to join a company on the rise, we want to hear from you. Send your resume today to MikeW@MailAmerica.com and take the first step toward a rewarding future with Mail America. Mail America, trusted, growing, hiring.
Need to unplug, recharge, and reconnect with what matters? Then it's time to experience Glamp Life, a luxury outdoor retreat just south of Salt Fork State Park. Nestled in the rolling hills of Ohio, Glamp Life is where modern comfort meets natural beauty. Stay in a handcrafted A-frame cabin overlooking a private lake, cozy up in a vintage Airstream, or bring your own RV. We've got full hookups and a dump station ready for you. Only 15 minutes from Cambridge and just a short drive from Columbus, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and West Virginia. Your escape is closer than you think. Spend your days hiking scenic trails, lounging on a sandy beach, or casting a line in peaceful catch and release waters filled with bass, catfish, bluegill, and more. Whether you're planning a team-building retreat, a family adventure, or a quiet weekend away, Glamp Life helps you experience the outdoors without sacrificing comfort. Book your getaway now at glamplife.com, where nature meets luxury and peace of mind is just a click away.
Back here at Patriot Field on the campus of Wheeling Park High School. Post one leading 5-3. Top of the fifth inning. Leading off the top of the order for post 65, Barrett Van Camp. Van Camp 1 for 2 on a day, singled in the third, grounded out the first in the first inning. Rylan Robb, a nice 1-2-3 inning in the top of the fourth, looking to do the same here. 0-2 pitch up high. Ball one, 1 ball, 2 strikes. On the leadoff hitter, Barrett Van Camp. Curveball, low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Van Camp, the leadoff hitter. Sissonville High School graduate. Robb delivers a 2-2, and a fastball up. Van Camp swings and misses, so the 4th straight strikeout for Rylan Robb. He's settling in a little bit, looks confident out there. First baseman Gavin Barnett now up with 1 out. He's 1 for 2 on the day. The pitch from Robb. Ooh, hits him right in the left shoulder. Robb trying to come inside a little bit. Too far inside as it hits Barnett. And brings up the Marietta College freshman, Evan Wilson. Evan has struck out swinging and struck out looking his first 2 times up. Has played a really solid defensive game at shortstop. Looking to get in the hit parade here as post 65 trails 5-3 here in the top of the 5th. Robb looks over at Barnett on first, delivers home. Outside, ball 1. Barnett hit with a pitch, leads off of first base. Rob delivers home. Fastball in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Evan Wilson, I'm sure he'd like to get into one here. And it's a ground ball, possible double play ball. The 6, the 4, the 3, double play. Nice smooth turn by Seth Cover out there. And that ends any threat for post 65. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It remains post 1-5, post 65-3.
Craving the great outdoors without giving up the comforts of home? Come camp with style at Glamp Life, your luxury retreat just south of Salt Fork State Park. Explore scenic trails, relax on a sandy beach, or fish in a private lake stocked with bass, bluegill, and more. Stay in lakeside A-frames, forest cabins, a retro Airstream, or roll in with your RV. With full hookups and a dump station ready. Just minutes from Cambridge and a quick drive from Columbus, Pittsburgh, or Cleveland. Glamp Life is your next unforgettable escape. Book today at glamplife.com.
Looking for a hometown insurance agency you can trust? Since 1999, Bernie Glenn Insurance and Financial Services has been protecting families and businesses in the northern panhandle of West Virginia and eastern Ohio. We're independent, giving you choice from top-rated national and regional carriers. And guided by a concierge-level experience, our energetic, honest, and determined team puts customers first every time. For home and auto to life and business insurance, we build relationships that matter. Need to pay a bill or access your policy online? It's easy with us. Protect your future with the agency you'd recommend to a friend. Call Bernie Glenn Insurance and Financial Services today at 304-277-3239 or visit BernieGlennInsurance.com. Bernie Glenn Insurance, building relationships, protecting futures.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. American Legion Baseball here at beautiful Patriot Field, home of Wheeling Post 1. The pitcher's best friend, that 6-4-3 double play, gets Rylan Robb out of the top of the 5th. Head to the bottom of the 5th. Post 1 leading 5-3. Both pitchers have settled in here and game moving along pretty well. Coach Goodwin of Parkersburg, post 15, up here in the press box with us. State champs back in 2018. That's right, right after our 2017 season. Yeah. So glad to have Parkersburg in town. Coach Goodwin following in the footsteps of his legendary father, who coached so many years at Parkersburg. What a great man he was. 2 balls, no strikes on a leadoff hitter. Henry Anderson here in the bottom of the 5th. Coach Good keeping the tradition alive at Parkersburg. I'm sure they're going to be very competitive. It'll be a good game between them and Charleston to follow this one, and then they'll take on post 1 after that. The 3-0 pitch to Anderson drops in for strike 1. Ciampanella trying not to walk the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 5th as post 1 leads 5-3. Going to have 2 dry but very hot days here on the turf, and the curveball drops in for strike 2. Runs the count to full on Henry Anderson after he fell behind 3-0. Going to really crank up tomorrow. The heat is going to be on tomorrow. So, as Myers, he said, it's going to be swampy up here. And Anderson takes low and away for the leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 5th. That'll bring up the left fielder, Zayd Billings. Billings doubled his first time up, walked his second time up. Billings played his freshman year at West Liberty. See if they try to tack on an insurance run here of Billings bunts. I know Salty loves to bunt, but no, he's going to let Billings swing away. Takes a fastball for strike one. Beautiful view here on the live stream. Really well done. Still trying to get our cameras protected. I had it already, had it up, and there was a scratch on the front of the protective covering. Couldn't believe it. And the pitch from Ciampanella gets between Finicum's legs. That'll let Anderson move down to second base. Jubb's smelling those hamburgers downstairs and the pulled pork. Starting to get a little bit hungry up here. Are you still on your weight loss kick, Jubb? He says yes. Pitch to Billings upstairs. Ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike on Billings. Post one trying to add to this 5-3 lead in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch, and that curveball drops in there for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Billings. Anderson, after the leadoff walk and the wild pitch, stands at second base. Post one leading 5-3, bottom of the 5th. Billings calls time, steps out of the box. Ciampanella looks in. Billings digs in. Ciampanella spins and fakes back to second, but nobody was there. Wilson didn't move. I don't think he even knew anything was on. The 2-2 pitch from Ciampanella. Curveball down, and Zade Billings does a great job fouling it off. Stay alive. Great at-bat right there. Two on Billings. Anderson leads off second. Ciampanella, the pitch. And a ball in the dirt, but Billings fishes for it and swings and misses for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That'll bring up Ethan Clark. Clark had a big 2-run single in the bottom of the bottom of the 3rd inning to put post 1 ahead. Went full in the count and laced a single on the in between the 3-4 hole. Jammed and fouls it down the left side for foul ball. Bounces into the bullpen. Nice pitch from Ciampanella. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Runner on first. Correction, runner on second is Henry Anderson. The pitch. Clark, right ground ball, right to Wilson. Anderson will move over to third, but Wilson makes a nice throw over to first base. Records out number 2 here in the bottom of the 5th. That'll bring up Donovan Jones. Jones struck out swinging his first time. Struck out looking his second time. Anderson stands 90 feet away. Finicum will have to be a wall back there. Ciampanella likes to throw that curveball in the dirt. The first pitch, and there it is in the dirt. That was a fastball, but in the dirt. Finicum wants a new ball. And Jimmy Payne will oblige him and give him a new ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Jones trying to join in the hit parade here and drive in that 6th run for post 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 5-3, post 1, leading bottom of the 5th. The pitch, swing and a miss by Jones. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ciampanella trying to strand that runner down at third. Donovan Jones trying to find a way to get Anderson in from third. The 1-1. Fastball way up. Finicum has to almost jump up to corral that fastball that was upstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike on Jones. Leadoff hitter Chris Upton in the on-deck circle. The pitch. And that curveball sounded like it might hit him, but must have missed him, but stayed inside on Donovan Jones. So Jones ahead 3-1 in the count. I know Ciampanella would like to get Jones and not have to face Upton here. And the pitch. And a fastball down the middle, swung on a miss by Jones. Runs the count to full. See that picture of Chris Upton there on our third base camera. And here comes a big pitch for Ciampanella trying to end this inning. And the pitch. And that'll be strike 3. Fastball right down the middle. Catches Jones looking for out number 3. So we head to the top of the 6th. Your score remains post 1-5, post 65-3.
Handle cleaning and restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Looking for a place to grow your career? Mail America is expanding, and we want you on our team. We're a nationally trusted name in direct mail marketing, serving over 8,000 customers coast to coast. If you're hardworking, dependable, and ready to join a company on the rise, we want to hear from you. Send your resume today to MikeW@MailAmerica.com and take the first step toward a rewarding future with Mail America. Mail America, trusted, growing, hiring.
All right, back here at Patriot Field on the campus of Wheeling Park High School. Up here in the box, Coach Dell alongside with our producer, Job. Also, Coach Steve Myers, Wheeling Park longtime head coach, keeping the scoreboard, and Coach Mike Goodwin of Post 15 up here. Did you guys play together? Did you guys play ball? Just coached. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, Myers is young. Myers is young. All right, we move to the top of the 6th. Moving along. Pretty good speed here in the middle innings. Leading off for post 65 will be the center fielder, Luke Buckner. Buckner, he went to St. Albans High School, undecided on what he's going to do his freshman year. Buckner has walked and flown out to right field. Rylan Robb working his into his 6th inning here. Had a couple of innings he had to wiggle out of, but has done a nice job since then. The 1-0 pitch. That'll be a strike, catching the outside corner. Jimmy Payne points over, calls it strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on Buckner. 5-3, post 1 leading. Top of the 6th. The pitch from Robb. That ball is up in the air to center field. Back goes Upton a couple of steps, drifts back, and hauls it in. Out number 1 here in the top of the 6th. That'll bring up third baseman Devin Hatfield. Hatfield struck out swinging his first time and drew a walk his second time. Hatfield, St. Albans senior to be. 5'10", 165-pounder. Looks good in the box. Robb had that awkward motion as pumps that glove up to his face. First pitch is a strike. Looks in for his sign. He's got it from his battery mate, Selman. The pitch. Fastball in for strike 2. Robb getting some confidence out there on the mound. He's looking good. He's getting it and going now. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. And the curveball drops in. Selman was up off his feet before it even got there because he knew it was strike 3. Hatfield goes down looking. That'll bring up the catcher, Carson Finicum. Finicum 0 for 1 on the day. Walked his first time, grounded out to second base on a nice play by Seth Cover. And first pitch, fly ball to right field. Donovan Jones will come in and corral it for out number 3. So Post 65 goes down 1, 2, 3. Here in the top of the 6, headed to the bottom of the 6. Post 1-5. Post 65, 3.
Looking for a hometown insurance agency you can trust? Since 1999, Bernie Glenn Insurance and Financial Services has been protecting families and businesses in the northern panhandle of West Virginia and eastern Ohio. We're independent, giving you choice from top-rated national and regional carriers. And guided by a concierge-level experience, our energetic, honest, and determined team puts customers first every time. For home and auto to life and business insurance, we build relationships that matter. Need to pay a bill or access your policy online? It's easy with us. Protect your future with the agency you'd recommend to a friend. Call Bernie Glenn Insurance and Financial Services today at 304-277-3239 or visit BernieGlennInsurance.com. Bernie Glenn Insurance, building relationships, protecting futures.
At TechnoCap, we're not just making closures, we're shaping the future of sustainable packaging. From beverage and beauty to pharmaceuticals and household goods, our metal closures are trusted by leading brands around the world. With a global reach and a local presence right here in Glendale, West Virginia, TechnoCap combines innovation, precision, and environmental responsibility. Discover the power of performance-driven packaging. Visit TechnoCapClosures.com, where great products begin at the top.
All right, welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. American Legion Baseball. Love it. When you say American Legion Baseball, you know it's going to be hot weather. There's none of that weather you get in the high school season with the rain and the snow and the wind and the cold. Coach Myers loves that weather. Loves it. It's beautiful weather. Spring weather is just beautiful. So we got about, I'd say we're clicking up into the 80s now. A slight breeze, but it's not too bad. I think if we could sneak through this day, it'd be good because tomorrow might really lay it on us pretty heavy. But anyway, we are into the bottom of the 6th. The pitching change for Charleston Post 65. Charlie Hanks is going to come in and do the pitching, and he will now be, the DH will be killed, so Hanks will be the pitcher. So first pitch from Hanks to the leadoff hitter, Chris Upton, sails up and away. Ball 1. Upton 0 for 2 on a day with a walk. Grounded out twice to third base. Well, actually, twice to third base. Second pitch is a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hanks now doing the pitching. Curveball, that's going to be trouble. The speedy Upton is not even going to draw a throw. Great bunt from Chris Upton. When those left-handers learn how to do that, that is a dangerous weapon. And the heart of that post 1 order comes up now, and they can really do some damage. Seth Cover, 2 singles on a day, hit by a pitch. Hanks the delivery. Upton running, and Upton is going to be, if he'd have held a tag on. I think he had him. He didn't tag him, but Upton slid past the base. But Wilson caught it sort of on the run and took his momentum. I'm not sure what Jimmy Payne called that pitch. None of us, the 3 of us, none of us know what it was. We'll check it, though. That one is definitely a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Jimmy's got a straight now. Cover 1 ball, 1 strike. Upton, the bunt single and the stolen base. Puts him out there in scoring position. The pitch to Cover. The curveball, that's driven through the left side. Cover with his 3rd hit of the day. And Upton will stay right there at third base. And as I've seen all year, pitcher cut off, no one backing up home. Sort of frustrating to me. But anyway, what do I know? That'll put runners at the corners. Nobody out, and bring up Jackson Murray in his first pitch. He's going to send it out to right field. Right fielder camps under it. He's going to catch it, but Upton will easily score the post one 6th run. Murray continues to do his job. Cover stays at first. I'd imagine he'll, before these at-bats are over, he'll be on the move. Jackson Murray, another RBI in his stat column. Rocco Dijon takes the first pitch down low and away. Ball 1. Rocco grounded into a 6-4-3 double play his first time, singled his second time up, and walked his third time up. Excuse me for that. I had to sneeze there. Cover at first. Dijon fouls the ball down the third base line. One ball, 2 strikes on Rocco. Rocco headed to West Liberty, but not to play baseball. And Rocco, nice piece of hitting there. Curveball, dumps it into right field for a base hit. Cover around second. He's going to walk into third, slide into third base. Boy, that was a nice piece of hitting right there by Rocco Dijon Domenico. Curveball, low and away. Just threw those hands out there and punched it into right field. Cover didn't hesitate. Slid into third. There was no throw. Wilson cut it off. Kept a runner at first. And that puts runners at the corners. And that middle of that order continues to just pound opposing pitching. That'll bring up Jack Selman. Selman struck out his first time, singled on that fly ball to right field that the right fielder didn't see, and then hit into a 6-4-3 double play to end inning number 4. Runners at the corners. Hanks trying to work out of this. The pitch. Fastball right there on the outside corner. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. My hay fever or something setting in on me a little bit here. Starting to get feeling in my nose, and there goes the runner down to Dijon. That's the speedy, swifty Rocco Dijon Domenico lumbers into second base. Put him in scoring position. Runners on second and third now for post 1, trying to extend this 6-3 lead. The pitch from Hanks. Fastball right down the middle, swing and a miss from Selman. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hanks trying to work out here. Post 1 trying to add on to this 6-3 lead. The pitch. Fastball way up. That'll run the count full. Post 1 fell behind 1-0 in the second inning. Then 3-0 as Post 65 tacked on 2 runs in the third. Fell behind 3-0. But Post 1 responds with 5 runs in the bottom of the third to take the lead. Tacked on another run in this inning on a sacrifice fly by Jackson Murray to add on another run, and that's where we stand, 6-3, as Jack Selman draws that base or a full count walk to load the bases. Seth Cover on third after his single. Rocco on second after he singled and stole second, and then Selman just drew the walk. So bases are loaded for big Henry Anderson. Opportunity to sort of blow this one open. And Anderson drives that ball. That ball might not stay in the park, and it will not. Big Henry Anderson drives one over the right center field fence. That ball is long gone, and this game has blown wide open as the grand slam for Henry Anderson has opened this game up. Now it is suddenly 10-3. Post 1 leads as those bats continue to just pound opposing pitching. That ball was absolutely crushed into the right center alley. Clear defense, a no-doubter. That'll bring up Zaid Billings. Now post one with a comfortable 10-3 lead after trailing 3-0. Seen this story play out for post one as they fell behind 6-0 to Moundsville post 3 last week. Rallied back and scored 10 straight there. Won 10-6. Fell behind 3-0 here. Same story, but man, you can never count these bats out of post one because they pound the baseball. Now with 10 hits on the day, Zaid Billings now ahead in the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch from Banks, that's a strike, evens the count at 2. 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 6th, 10-3 now. Post one after that monster grand slam by Henry Anderson. The pitch, Billings fouls it into the dugout, bounces into the dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You're reminded post 65 will take on Parkersburg post 15 after this game, and then post 1 will take on Parkersburg. Nice piece of hitting there by Billings. Curveball taken the other way for a base hit. Man, nice piece of hitting by these guys, hitting the other way. When you see a team hitting the ball the other way, you know they're a good hitting team. Then they can take that curveball or that outside pitch the other way. They are a good hitting team, and post one is definitely that, as Coach Buckner will head to the mound to talk to Charlie Hanks, as Charlie's getting hit around pretty good here, trying to end this bottom of the 6th inning as post one has tacked on 5 more, now leads 10 to 3. Yes, looks like we're going to have a pitching change, as it looks like I can't tell who that is. Job, can you see who that is? Looks like number 33, Barrett Van Camp, may be coming into pitch now. And while Van Camp heats up, we'll once again thank all our sponsors. T&Y Payroll Pros, your hometown resource for expert tax, accounting, and financial services. Whether you're a business owner looking for smart bookkeeping solutions or just need help navigating your personal taxes, Jimmy Taylor and his team have the experience and dedication. Dedication to get the job done right. Conveniently located in the Ohio Valley and trusted by clients for over 30 years. Visit JamesTaylorCPA.com to learn more about T&Y Pros. Mail America, one of the nation's leading direct mail production companies, proudly based right here in the Ohio Valley. For over 35 years, Mail America has delivered fast, affordable, and effective direct mail services for clients all over the country. From design to delivery, they handle it all under one roof when it comes to direct mail that gets results. Trust the experts at mailamerica.com. Also want to thank Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, Bernie Glenn Insurance, the ATM man, Stan Stasinski, Wakeham's Bar under new management now, but still the same great place to go have a hot dog and a cold brew. Schmidt Brothers Sunoco, Robbie and Randy Schmidt, former Post 1 players. Glamp Fire. Glamp Life. Glamp Life. Job just corrected me. I don't know why I was saying Glamp. I sort of like Campfire. Technocap, T&Y, and Tenet Law. Thanks to all those sponsors. We're back to action, ladies and gentlemen. Now pitching Barrett Van Camp for Post 65, and up at the plate, Ethan Clark. Clark swinging at that first pitch, fouls it between his legs off to the right side. No balls, 1 strike. That new pitcher coming in, Barrett Van Camp. Bounces it up there for ball 1. The 1-1 pitch. And that's fouled off to the left side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looks like Reese Davis is going to hit for Donovan Jones. Next at bat, Jones struggling a little bit today. 3 strikeouts. The pitch stays low and in on Clark. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Post 1 leading 10-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Those bats woke up and are really red hot right now. The pitch, curveball, spun a lot but didn't do much. Stayed outside. So Clark runs the count to full. And the pitch. Van Camp stays up and away. And a walk. Puts runners at first and second, and that'll bring up pinch hitter Reese Davis, hitting for Donovan Jones. The first pitch from Van Camp. And that ball is laced up the middle for a hit. And that is going to put runners at the corners as Van Camp stands on the mound right behind the cut man. That'll load the bases. And the 10th batter in the inning, the man who led this inning off with a bunt single, will now step to the plate with bases loaded. Post 1 threatening to end this game in 6 innings. Bases loaded, 1 out. Upton drives the ball to center field, but he's camped under it this time. Makes the catch. Zaid Billings will trot home. Nice piece of hitting there by Chris Upton as he drives in post 1's 11th run, the 6th run in this inning. And that'll bring up Seth Cover, 3 hits on the day, also hit by a pitch. Runners on first and second. And that ball gets by the catcher and heads to the mound, so the game-winning run by the mercy rule now stands at second base in the form of Reese Davis. Base hit here from Cover could end this. The pitch. Cover takes a big hack trying to end this thing. Post 1 guys like to swing it, that's for sure. The 1-1 to Cover. That sails up high and in for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. On Cover. Looking to get his 4th hit of the day and end this thing. Curveball catches the inside corner. Cover laid off of it. Probably would have pulled that into the street if he swung at that. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. And it hits Cover in the back. So Cover's been on base all 5 times today. Hit by a pitch twice and 3 singles. And that'll bring up the ever-dangerous Jackson Murray. A double on the day, 2 walks, and a sacrifice fly. 1 for 1 on the day. His average just continues to go up as he just continues to pound the baseball. Van Camp's first pitch, low and away, ball 1. Murray trying to end this thing. The pitch, right on the knees for a strike. Bases loaded, 11-3. Post 1 leading. The pitch. Murray ground ball, third, or short. He's going to throw it, but unable to be caught by the second baseman. So that is going to extend the inning and score another run as Ethan Clark will trot home with the 12th post 1 run. And that'll bring up Rocco D. John Domenico with a chance to end this thing right now. Pitch to Rocco, sails outside. Ball one. 12-3, post one leads. Bottom of the sixth. The pitch. Right on the knees, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike, bases loaded. 12-3, post one leads. The Van Camp rocks, goes, ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike. Van Camp trying to find some way to get out of this mess. And the pitch. Morocco takes a curveball in there, drops it in for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 12-3, post one leads, bottom of the sixth. Rocco trying to end this thing. The pitch. Ground ball back to the pit. And that'll end the bottom of the sixth inning. So post one will have to take the field here in the top of the seventh. They tack on 7 more runs here in the bottom of the sixth and now lead the game 12-3 after trailing 3-0. So we'll head to the top of the seventh. It's post 112, post 65-3.
Wheeling's favorite neighborhood hangout is still the place to be. Wakeham's Bar is under new ownership, but it's still the same great spot locals have loved for years. Famous for their world-renowned hot dogs and cold craft brews, Wakeham's is the perfect place to unwind, catch the game, or kick back to live music with friends. Come see what's new right in the heart of Wheeling at 2181 National Road. Same soul, new energy, only at Wakeham's Bar.
Looking for a place to grow your career? Mail America is expanding, and we want you on our team. We're a nationally trusted name in direct mail marketing, serving over 8,000 customers coast to coast. If you're hardworking, dependable, and ready to join a company on the rise, we want to hear from you. Send your resume today to MikeW@MailAmerica.com and take the first step toward a rewarding future with Mail America. Mail America, trusted, growing, hiring.
Back here, Patriot Field, home of Wheeling Post 1. Blown this game wide open. In the top of the seventh, 12-3 they lead. Rylan Robb trying to close it out. Trey Cox leads off with a double down the left field line. Fastball from Robb. Laced down the left field line by Trey Cox, his second hit of the game. That'll bring up Rocco Lazo. Rylan Robb trying to finish off a complete game here. Pitch count getting up pretty good here. Myers, he asked me what the pitch limit is, and I'm not actually sure. What's that? I think it might be 110. But he's up to about 100 now. Robb looks in. The pitch, and there's another drive. Same exact spot. Back-to-back doubles for post 65. Drives in a run. 2 hard shots. Rylan Robb just throwing fastballs down the middle there. That'll bring up Charlie Hanks. He was doing the pitching. The pitch from Robb. Upstairs, ball 1. 12-4 now. Robb the delivery. Hanks fouls it back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rylan Robb trying to close this thing out. Try to maybe get Rylan Robb up here if he finishes this game out. Ball in the dirt. Kicks away from Selman. He won't make a throw to third as Lazo heads 90 feet away. Rylan Robb trying to find enough gas to finish this thing out. Nice fastball for strike two. He's probably running on fumes about right now with the heat and the amount of pitches he's thrown. But he has a nice, comfortable 12-4 lead in the top of the seventh. The delivery home. Curveball misses. Runs it to full. Rylan trying to finish this thing off. The pitch. And he paints that outside corner for strike three. One out here in the top of the seventh. And that is going to be it for Rylan Robb as he has reached his pitch limit. A nice effort today by Rylan Robb. So we will have a pitching change. We'll step aside for 60 seconds, and we'll be back with the pitching change and to finish this one out.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Craving the great outdoors without giving up the comforts of home? Come camp with style at Glamp Life, your luxury retreat just south of Salt Fork State Park. Explore scenic trails, relax on a sandy beach, or fish in a private lake stocked with bass, bluegill, and more. Stay in lakeside A-frames, forest cabins, a retro Airstream, or roll in with your RV. With full hookups and a dump station ready. Just minutes from Cambridge and a quick drive from Columbus, Pittsburgh, or Cleveland. Glamp Life is your next unforgettable escape. Book today at glamplife.com.
Back here at Patriot Field on the campus of Wheeling Park High School, home of Wheeling Post 1. And for the first time since I've been doing these games, we're going to see Jackson Murray on the mound. Jackson Murray, his brother Jameson was a very effective pitcher for us back in the 2014 and 15 seasons. Butter never did pitch, though, did he, Job? Yeah, Butter never was a pitcher. But Jackson Murray, quite an athlete, great basketball player. I'm sure if they need him to pitch, he'll step in there and do it. So he's on to try to close this one out with Post 1 leading 12-4. One out here in the top of the seventh inning. Runner on third base is Rocco Lazo. And we're ready to go. Murray. Cover looks like he's moved over to short. Robb's going to be at second. Well, Billick playing way over in first pitch to Van Camp. The leadoff hitter fouled back. Strike one. Murray looks in for the sign. The pitch to Van Camp stays upstairs. Ball one. One ball, one strike. Runner on third, 12-4. Post 1 leading here in the top of the seventh. Murray with a pitch way up and in. 2 balls, 1 strike. On the leadoff hitter, Barrett Van Camp. The pitch from Murray. Catches the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Murray with that green glove. His brother plays basketball at Wheeling University, Caleb. Always has the flashy shoes on. Always has the swag. Fastball, Van Camp fouls it back. You're reminded Charleston post 65 will take on Parkersburg post 15 after this one. And then our final game of the afternoon will be post 1 taking on Parkersburg post 15. We'll be back with that broadcast around 4-ish. Murray hits Van Camp. He dropped down a little bit, tried to spin a curveball, but it didn't do much, and hits Van Camp in the back, so puts runners at first and third, and that'll bring up Gavin Barnett. Barnett grounded out to third his first time. He had a 2 RBI single in the third, and then was hit by a pitch in the 5th inning. His 4th at bat here. Runners at the corners. Murray delivers home. That ball is popped up. Ethan Clark looking for it. He's having trouble. He could not see it. Couldn't see the ball. Lost it in the sun. It's probably one where somebody should have known which direction when the sun was in and helped him out a little bit there. But Ethan should have let him know he couldn't see it. He let him know a little too late. But the ball drops foul. So it's a meaningless strike. Barnett gets new life. First and third. Post 1 up 12-4. Starting to get a little warmer as it goes here. That ball is popped up again. We're going to see that's trouble in the sun. We got problems with that one, I think. But the left fielder, Zayd Billings, recovers and tracks it down. Sun must be playing havoc on these guys right now. Had a little trouble at first with that ball. So post 65 down to their last out. In the form of Evan Wilson. Evan struck out swinging his first time, looking his second time, grounded into a 6-4-3 double play. Freshman at Marietta takes up high, ball 1. Runners at the corners. Post 65 down to their last out. 1 ball, no strikes on Wilson. The delivery from Murray. That's going to stay inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Runners at the corners. Murray just trying to finish this thing out. Get in the shade. Rest for a little while. Not a whole lot of shade here, though. Ball upstairs. Ball 3. Selman snap throw to first. Late. Heard somebody in the dugout just those strikes. Always a good point. Throw strikes. See? They told him, and he threw a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike on Wilson. 2 outs. Top of the 7th. I'm going to try to get Rylan Robb here, so stay with us right after the game. We're going to talk to him a little bit, see if we can grab him. And Murray delivers. That ball's driven to left. That ball is way back, way back. Billings going back. It's off the wall. Runner around third. 1 run in, run around third, and he is going to score as Wilson drives one to the base of the fence for a 2 RBI double. That'll drive in Lazo and Van Camp. And post 65 now makes it 12-6. And that'll bring up Luke Buckner. I figured Wilson was going to get into one before the day was over. Good-looking player. Murray, pitch gets by Selman. That's going to send Wilson over to third. Murray just looking for that last out, as is everybody else. 12-6. Post 1 leads. Another high-scoring affair that Post 1's played in. And the ball is popped up. That could potentially end the game. Cover drifts back, and he pulls it in, and that'll be the game, ladies and gentlemen. As Post 1 puts their record over 500 and moves to 6-5. Your final score, it was Post 1 12, Post 65-6. We'll be back hopefully with Rylan Robb in just a minute after these short breaks.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Craving the great outdoors without giving up the comforts of home? Come camp with style at Glamp Life, your luxury retreat just south of Salt Fork State Park. Explore scenic trails, relax on a sandy beach, or fish in a private lake stocked with bass, bluegill, and more. Stay in lakeside A-frames, forest cabins, a retro Airstream, or roll in with your RV with full hookups and a dump station ready. Just minutes from Cambridge and a quick drive from Columbus, Pittsburgh, or Cleveland. Glamp Life is your next unforgettable escape. Book today at glamplife.com.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, to Patriot Field. We just finished game number 1 as Wheeling Post 1 comes out on top by the final score 12-6. Here with joining us now is the winning pitcher for game 1, Rylan Robb, the Wheeling Park graduate headed to Shepherd University. Rylan, first of all, congratulations on the win.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, it was a nice win. They had a couple hitters in their lineup, could swing it a little bit. You struggled there in the second and third inning a little bit, but bounced back. Had a big fourth inning as you struck out all 3, and then in the 5th inning you got a double play ball. So walk us a little bit through the second and third inning when you struggled a little bit. Did you just not have a feel for it? What was it?
Yeah, I didn't really have a feel for my pitches. I was kind of just missing down, yanking the ball. So I came out in the 4th and switched to the windup and had some different cues I tried out and ended up working out well for me.
What Coach Henry came out a couple times during the game. What do you have to say to you?
Just giving me a breather. Hot day, super humid, kind of just collecting our thoughts, just telling us that probably looking for a back pick here. Guy had a big lead at first, ended up not getting that, but yeah. Yeah,
and you came out in that 4th inning. It looked like you were in total command. Had 3 straight strikeouts. And then the next inning where you got a double play. What's that feeling like when you get that ground ball and get that 6-4-3?
Yeah, it's super nice. I think I walked the first guy or maybe had a single, but
you hit him. Hit
better. I was thinking I was going to have a long inning, and it was just nice to get that guy to roll over. He's a super good hitter, but Coach Henry had called some great pitches for him all throughout today, and we worked around him.
What's it feel like to have a team that just pounds the baseball like you guys do out on the mound? And unlike the Pirates, where like Skeens can't give up more than a run or two. What's it feel like to have a team that just pounds the baseball and they're going to probably get you 8 to 10 runs a game? Yeah,
Coach, it's a super great feeling. Our boys are always working hard in the box and always putting the ball in play hard, and we're always. It's a great feeling as a pitcher, especially going out there knowing that we're probably going to score 5, 6, 7 to 10 runs every game. It's super nice. You can pitch to contact, and that's what I kind of took out there in the 4th inning. I was like, I'm just going to pitch to contact this inning, and ended up working out well.
And then in the final inning, I was saying up here, had to be running out of gas a little bit with the heat. You were up to about 100 pitches. How did you feel? Were you trying to finish it off?
Yeah, I was definitely trying to finish it off, trying to pitch to contact, getting 2 seams and 4 seams in, try to jam them, get rollovers to our great third baseman, Ethan. I was just trying to get some rollovers and quick outs.
All right, well, congratulations. Go rest, get hydrated, and get ready for that second game against a very good Parkersburg team.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it. That's Rylan Robb, the winning pitcher. Almost got the complete game today, but ran into the pitch limit and probably a little bit of fatigue, too. So, once again, your final score from Patriot Field here, home of Wheeling Post 1. It was Wheeling Post 112, Charleston Post 65-6. We'll be back here, I would say, probably around 4 o'clock for our second second of the doubleheader for Post 1 as they'll take on Parkersburg Post 15. We are going to sign off now till we come back here to Patriot Field in a couple of hours. Once again, your final score, it is Post 1, 12, Charleston Post 65, 6. We'll see you soon.